have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
So it's 2023, 55 years beyond Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's final prophecy, April 3rd, 1968, and then the ultimate assassination, April 4th, 1968. 60 years beyond that famous "I have a dream" prophecy. Some call it a speech, but 60 years later, let's call it what it was, what it is. It's a prophecy that's still coming into realization. We're 68 years beyond the August 28, 1955 brutal murder lynching of the young boy from Chicago, Emmett Till, on a summer trip in Mississippi. That murder 68 years ago. And you're asking me, who is the one person that is representing Reverend King across the nation in a way that resounds his messages, his speeches, his prophecies? Who is that one person? I would say Stephon Ferguson, now the Reverend Dr. Stephon Ferguson. It was 1989 when I got involved in the movement in Memphis, producing the first 4 years of the federal holiday from the place that Reverend King gave his final prophecy and ultimate sacrifice. And so I've seen people in the last 34 years move around, but I see one person who has personified a lot of what Reverend King was saying. Stephon Ferguson, 20 years representing the voice and the message of the movement uttered by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And when you see him and you hear him, yeah, you're gonna think, hey, I'm listening to Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so I want to say 20 years of great uplift. I'm just going to say one, maybe two important moments that really stood out as I traveled with Reverend Stephon Ferguson. Here in Arkansas at the state capitol, he came and delivered a powerful message at the Little Rock Central High School. I think it was the 56th anniversary of the desegregation. And he stood strong and gave that utterance from Reverend Dr. King's discourse. I'm holding a Bible. Yes, we went to Memphis to the historic Mason Temple. Reverend Stephon, on the anniversary of the King holiday, he stood in the same pulpit with Reverend King's voice being resounded. That was a powerful day, January 2014. But 50 years beyond that assassination, April 4th, 1968, in 2018, I was guided to go to the nation's capital, to the MLK Memorial, and dedicate this Bible. Reverend King is the only preacher, he's the only pastor on the National Mall. The other monuments honor presidents or war memorial. But Reverend Dr. King is the preacher. And so he's standing there representing the God of all creation. We thought 50 years beyond his final prophecy and assassination, a Bible dedicated to him and the call to his Genesis, a biblical rights leader. So I say to you, Reverend Stephon Ferguson, as you go the next 20 years and beyond, I'm going to be in Arkansas, going across America. You're going to be in multiple states and globalized. Let's make sure that we represent Reverend Dr. King as a biblical rights leader more so than a civil rights leader. I'm still doing the movement, GDI.today. And when you go to GDI.today and you look at Arthur L. Hunt Jr., you'll know that Stephon Ferguson is right alongside. We're taking the movement, GDI, to the next level from the biblical rights. 7 things that God hates. Proverbs 6, verse 16 through 19. Look it up. And don't forget to look up The Dream Lives. Stephon Ferguson, I'm the boy, you the man.